All right. Good morning once again. If there is anyone who's just joined us and they were not with us before. So today we are going to talk about the structure of a presentation. This is something that I think we did share last year, and we also shared it, I think, sometime beginning of this year. But I just thought since we have new members in the 5 a.m. session, maybe a recap on the topic might help. So this is just looking at, you've managed to speak to your prospect. Maybe you've invited them for a one-on-one, or it's a Zoom session or physical, whatever the case might be. How then do you structure your presentation in a way that is one, professional? It shows the person that you are professional, you are serious about your business, and this is a legit business, but also in a way that the information is not all over the place. It's something that someone can easily follow and be able to understand what is it that you are doing as a business owner. So I think I have 5 key steps, 5 or 6. The first one, which is something that I always emphasize, is be the host. So if you are inviting your guests, you must be the host of the meeting. It doesn't mean that you have to be the one to create the link. I know sometimes, some of us cannot afford or do not have the Zoom app, subscribed. So let's say you go to your mentor or your upline to ask them to say, my leader, I have 5 people that, I've spoken to, they are interested, and, they would like to attend a Zoom session to know more about the business, or they would like us to have like a physical presentation. It depends. What you then do is, even if your upline, your mentor, your coach is the person who is creating the Zoom link, you must be the host in terms of you have to be the first person to speak. You introduce yourself. You mention what the presentation is about. You are greeting the people that are in the meeting, and then you introduce the speakers. What that does is it gives confidence in your prospects, because if you are the one who has invited them and this meeting is for your prospects, imagine if I invited you to a presentation, you get into that presentation, someone else is doing all the talking. You don't even get to hear me greet anyone or say anything. Even if the person who is presenting does a great job, I lose confidence in the person that has invited me. Because why can you not just, greet people and welcome us, even if you're not the one who's speaking? Or why can't you share even just your story about the business? If you invite me and you feature nowhere in the presentation, sometimes I do lose confidence in, like, is this the right person, to take me forward? Because it seems like they are not even involved in the business that they are doing. So just the mere fact of the session has started, you are greeting people, welcoming them. Okay, hi everyone. Thank you for honoring my invitation. Welcome to our presentation. My name is Heather. I'm your host for today. The presentation is about showing you how you can make extra income around your current commitments. I'm going to introduce my first speaker for the day, who's going to take you through the marketing plan, or whatever the case may. Just something simple like that. You don't have to know the whole presentation, because I'm sure most people who have started the business, they won't know how to do a full presentation. But just the mere fact of greeting people, and then you introduce the speaker, okay, whether they're doing the marketing plan, whatever you want to say about them, and then you hand over to the speaker. Then the speaker can do the full presentation if you're not the one doing it. So always make sure, if you invite your prospects, and then you are inviting someone to do a presentation for them, or you are using someone did the link for you so that they can present for you. Always be the host, be the one to welcome the people, then introduce the speaker. It builds confidence from your prospect's perspective to say, okay, all right, they know that, okay, she invited us, and yet she is also in the meeting. She has welcomed us, and now they are more open to listen to the speaker. But sometimes we invite people, you don't even show up for the presentation yourself. You just leave your upline to do everything. That is also another way that we lose our prospects. The second thing is, when you are structuring your presentation, make sure you have the element of what the company is about. So provide details about the company. I've gone into some business presentations where nothing is mentioned about Forever Living products, the history of the company, the background, the vision. It's just everywhere, and it's all about the, what do you call them, the stories, the testimonies, the cars, the houses, that you can make money. But giving people details about the company that you are partnering with allows them to make a decision of why they need to partner with your company, of why your company is reputable, why your company is sustainable. There are a lot of network marketing companies where people can achieve financial freedom in different kinds of ways. So why your company? If you just focus on the incentives and the money, and you don't share with them the fact that our company has been operating for 46 years, the fact that, we have a long-standing management team, the fact that our products are certified, the fact that we operate in over 160 countries, that gives someone confidence to say, okay, oh, so this company has been here that long, which means it's not like these companies that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and it has disappeared. Oh, they have a vision. Their products are certified. That means, oh, if I recommend these products, I'm not going to end up in trouble once people start getting sick and everything, because these products have been vetted. So sharing that company history, it might seem like it's boring to you or it's useless, but that company history gives your prospect confidence in the company that you want them to join. There is Forever Living products, there is other companies, about Life, Future Life, all are in the health and wellness, all have supplements, they all have their detox drinks. So why must I join your company? That's where the company history comes in. They operate in over 160 countries. Oh, okay, so I'm here in South Africa, I can actually be making money in the UK. Oh, so this company has been certified by all these countries. They've allowed these products to be sold in their countries. Okay, you are building that trust and confidence. Your prospect is starting to see why they need to partner with the company. And most of the times, I would recommend that you start with the company history to build that confidence before you get into the monies and the marketing plan and all of that. Start with the company history, because it gives your prospect that knowledge of why should I partner with this company. So I know there's a structured presentation slide that was shared by Coach Oni. It's in PDF. And if you look at the way it is structured, it does have that. If you go through it, it starts with the company history, there is the management there of the company. That presentation is a very perfect structure. I know we always, we want to add our testimonies to personalize the presentation, but make sure you are following the way the presentation is structured. Don't take out some of the key information that your prospect needs in order to make a decision, because the cars and the everything, yes, they are inspiring, but at the end of the day, if someone is investing their money, they need to know that this company that I'm putting my money into is a stable company, because people have been scammed. And even you, when you made the decision, yes, you wanted the incentives, you wanted the nice life, but you also partnered with the company because you understood the history of the company and why you need to partner with it and what you can achieve. So make sure on your presentation you also emphasize the company history, background, vision, and the fact that we have products, because in most network marketing businesses, I don't know if I can even call them network marketing, pyramid schemes, people put in their money and lose it. Why? Because there is no product, there is no service being offered. Money is just, moving around from one person to the other, and people get scammed. So by showing people that you actually have a product, it builds confidence in your business as well, because then people know that I'm not just putting in my money to multiply somewhere with magic. I am buying products that I can actually go and sell to recover my money. So with the products, when you're talking about the Forever Living products, you need to answer 4 questions. Is there a need? Because in every business owner, when you are looking to start a business, you want to know, the business that I'm starting, is it marketable? Is this product going to sell? Do people need this product? Because if you have a product that people don't want, it means that the person cannot sell it. So that is one of the things that you need to mention when you get to the product. Our products are supplements, food supplements. We have cleansing products. We are in the health and wellness sector, skincare. And people start to relate to say, okay, yeah, especially people from some African countries like mine in Zimbabwe, where it's difficult to access proper medication. They start to relate to supplements because they struggle to get them there. So you are showing your prospect to say, not only is our company strong, but we do have products that are marketable, products that are in demand. People have health issues. They are struggling to get medication. We don't eat the right food, and this product meets the need because we have food supplements to supplement for the nutrition that our bodies are not getting from the food. We have cleansing products. We have skincare. A lot of women, even men, want to look good. You are showing your prospect that if you partner with us, not only are we a stable company, but the products that we have, there is a market for it. Okay, is it priced to sell? Is it priced for profit? The profit now, you explain it when you are now doing your this is part of the compensation plan. You are showing the person where the profit is coming from. If I invest in this product, yes, there is a market, but the way that it is priced, am I able to make a profit from selling? And that's where you are mentioning the discounts that they are getting and whatever, but that forms part of the compensation plan and the marketing plan. But make sure that in your presentation you do say something about the products. Most people, they avoid talking about the products. I don't know if you are not proud of the products that you are selling or whatever the case might be, but speaking about the product is very important, because if I am a prospect and you want me to invest money, I need to know, where am I putting this money? And this product that you say you have, is there a need for it on the market? And am I going to make a profit on it if I invest? So make sure you are mentioning the products. You are also differentiating your company from other pyramid schemes, because pyramid schemes, they don't have a product, they don't have a service. It's just money floating in the air. Okay, so make sure you are talking about the products. Then you move to the compensation plan. I know I talk a lot, and I just want to check, do we have people in the chat? Are we following? Are we getting value? Or I'm just blabbering and no one is with me? Just let me know that you are following in the chat, okay? So that I know that I'm not okay, I'm not alone. All right, cool. Thank you so much. Then you move on to your compensation plan. On your compensation plan, one thing that I've noticed is we tend to want to give the person all the information all at once. But when you are doing your compensation plan, focus on the basics only. Give them enough information for them to know how the money is made, where the money is coming from. But you don't need to explain everything. Now you are moving to Sapphire Manager, and yes, it's good, it shows them the income, but most times it actually confuses them than shows them what you want them to see. So when you're doing your compensation plan, focus on the levels of the marketing plan. So tell them where they are starting. So if you are joining, if you buy this combo, you are starting as an assistant supervisor, show them how the move ups happen, the CCs that are required, explain to them what is a CC, what is 4CC. Talk to them about attending company events, building a team, all of that. But don't now go further and be explaining too much about we have ego manager, we have yes, you can mention them in passing, but those are things that you do not need to mention in detail. You can then do that when you are now doing your orientation of your person, because I think the vision that we are all running with is so to ego. So as soon as someone comes in, we need to make them understand how to sow to ego. But in your presentation, you don't have to put too much detail on the levels. One, most people, they can't comprehend or understand the numbers, and the more you explain them and you talk about millions and what, and sometimes it becomes too much. Sometimes it becomes confusing. Sometimes people lose focus. So focus on telling them where they are starting, where they need to go, how they need to get there, what is a CC, what is required of them as a forever business owner, how to get to the levels. Teach them about the areas of income. Where is the money coming from? We have money from retailing, we have commission, the once-off commission from the recruitment, we have the bonus, the boost bonus, we have the incentives. Talk about that, explain to them. But also when you are explaining the compensation plan, yes, you're going to talk about the areas of income, the earning potential. Sometimes we do refer to say, as a manager, you're making about what to this, your income is not capped, you have incentives like the forever to drive, the travel. But also mention to them that this is not something that you just become an FBO and life is nice and cruising, you are guaranteed to get all of these. Emphasize the fact that as a business owner, they will have targets that they need to attain in order to achieve all of this. Because the mistake that we make is we focus on the nice things. You're going to get a car, you're going to get this, you're going to get this. And we forget to tell them that this is not automatic. You still have a target that you need to work towards with your team. So as you are doing the compensation plan, emphasize the importance of them. Coach Oni said, let's add one more CC, right? Emphasize the importance of them being 5cc active and teaching their team to be 5cc active so that they can meet their targets and attain this income. Because if you don't tell people that someone is going to join today and then they are expecting this commission even if they haven't met their target. And what happens when the money, now everyone is like, I'm paid, I'm paid, I'm paid, and they haven't received anything? They start feeling like, oh, this is a lie. These guys are scamming people. Those are the people that are going to leave the business and go out there and tell people that no, this is a scam. They will tell you this, they will tell you this, but you don't see it. So as you are talking to them about the compensation plan, make sure you also emphasize the need for them to do what is required, the minimum for themselves and for their team that they are going to be building in order to qualify for this. Because when you sugarcoat things and people come in, they don't see what you have promised them, it becomes a problem, and not just a problem for them, but they will go and ruin the reputation of the company. So don't overpromise things, don't say things that are not true. And I always tell people, like, if you are the one who is doing the presentation, you are not making 40,000, it's okay to tell your prospect that, I don't know if you want to disclose your income, probably you are sharing your story, you want to motivate them. It's okay to tell them that you earned 2,000 Rand if that is what you got, because that 2,000 Rand makes a difference to the people who are looking for money for fuel, money to pay fees. You don't have to go and lie to people to bring them into the business. Present the facts as they are. Make sure they know what they are getting into, because if people make informed decisions and they come in knowing what to expect, what they need to do, they are going to come in and work. But if you lie to people and they come in and they don't see all these fake promises that you were making to them, they become demotivated. They go out there, they preach the wrong gospel, but not only out there, they become rotten, what do you call them, rotten potatoes in your team. They start to spread all of this around the team. Sometimes you lose your team. So make sure when you're doing the compensation plan, be truthful. Tell people what they need to know. If an incentive is linked to a certain target, do mention that, so that they come in knowing that they have to work for whatever it is they want. They cannot just come in and fold their hands and everything happens. So they must be prepared to work. That's the compensation plan. Another thing that you then mention, you've talked about the company history, you've told them about the product, you've told them where is the money coming from and how to make it. Now you mention the area of support. This is very important, because when you are recruiting people, you are not recruiting health professionals only. You're not recruiting nurses and doctors only. Most people don't even know what is arthritis, what is sugar, what is all of this. So as you are doing your presentation, I, as a prospect, I might be thinking, wow, this is a good company. They have a really nice product, and there is actually a lot of money that I can make from this. But what do I know about supplements? Or what do I know about talking to people, because I never did marketing or I never did sales? So the fact of mentioning support, now this prospect has all the information. Now you are telling them to say, don't worry about the fact that you don't know this, you don't know how to present. Why? Because the team is going to be there to offer you support. Your sponsor is going to be there to show you where you can get the information that you need, to learn about the products, to learn about the business. You're going to get your first steps to manager, the company policy will be there. You are telling them that there are company trainings that they will get in order to improve their skills. Maybe that's where you mention also the power hour, which is a very, very good company training. It teaches us, to not just walk the talk, to not just talk, but walk the talk. We actually do like physical we are doing practical work together with our sponsors and our mentors to help us build our team. You tell them about the back office where they can log in, they can track, you know, their movement, they can track what do they need to meet their next target, they can track their team. You tell them about the online store. You know, when you sign up for Forever, you do get an online store where you can be selling your products and marketing your products online. Your customers click on the link, they buy their products. This is a very good tool because remember, most people that you're targeting are people that are working. They will probably tell you that they do not have time to be delivering products and what. So when you mention the online store, they start to see, oh, okay, so I don't always have to be up and down with boxes and boxes of products. My customers can actually be ordering online. So it means that it's not going to take up too much of my time. You tell them about the marketing material. Forever offers, you know, we have t-shirts, we have tablecloths, we have pamphlets, why alu, why forever, all of that. That is marketing material. So what that does is, you know, in most people, when they think business, they start to think about, yo, I need to do this, I need to design this, I need to, you know, they get overwhelmed by all they need to do to kickstart their business. But here you are telling them everything is provided. The training is going to be there. You don't have to pay for training. You don't have to pay for the back office. You have to pay for FLP 360 though. You know, the online store, marketing material, all of that is provided for you. You also tell them that they are going to be part of a team, which means, you know, where they are lacking, there are other members that are going to be there to offer them the support that they need. You tell them about the company events that we have and how nice it's going to be when they walk on the stage on Success Day. All of that. This is now more of just trying to motivate them and close them by making them understand that they won't be doing this alone. So that is probably the last point, I think. Let's see. No, it's not. I always put my testimonials at the end. And as I said, make sure that, you know, the stories that you are telling people, it is the truth. Don't go and lie to people because you want to force them to join the business. But if you're sharing testimonies over and above the nice big testimonies that we have, your story is very powerful. I always emphasize that because when I started the business, I felt like my story was not powerful enough to pull people in. So I focus on looking for fancy stories on social media from some of our leaders and all of that. But what I've noticed is for your prospects to truly connect with you, also be comfortable sharing your story. So I always start with my story, and then if I'm to share other people, I do that. But one thing I would like to just advise is if you are doing testimonies, try and use testimonies of people who are either there in the meeting or physically present at the meeting so that people get to, it doesn't look like it's a far-fetched story. So as a team, when you are doing those team presentations, yes, there's Kuchi, there's the Pangas, there's them Selekus. They are doing very great. They have very powerful stories. But what I've noticed as well is if you can have people in the room sharing their testimonies, it has more impact because then your prospects can relate. They can see the person physically. It might not be as fancy as 8 million, but just this one person who is in the room and they can testify that I have seen this 30,000, that is enough. So I'm not saying don't go and look for stories. Please don't get me wrong. Or I'm saying don't share other people's stories. Feel free to do so. But over and above that, Remember, your story is powerful. If you are a new business owner, you started 2 months ago and your first commission was 300 Rand, share that. I started last month. My commission this month was 300, and I used this to put fuel, or I used it to buy some lunchbox food for my kids. That is a very powerful story, because also they can relate. They can see that, oh, okay, she's moving. It's slow movement, but it is movement, because last month you didn't have that extra 300. So make sure, in your testimonials, you are doing the right thing. Don't over promise. Then the last thing is always questions from the guests. But if you have structured your presentation in the way that we have said, you will also notice that you minimize a lot of unnecessary questions, because you've already answered, I can't sell. They already know there's a team to support them. I don't have time. They already know there's an online store. Some of the excuses that people have, probably you would have answered them in your presentation. You will always have questions, obviously, but try to make your presentation as informative as possible, so that people leave the meeting with an understanding. What is the company? What products do you have? Where is the money coming from? How do I get to the money? Do I have the right training support from the team? And where do I go from here? So, yeah, I think that is it. Then, if you are not the one who was doing the presentation, after all the speakers have said whatever they have said, go up there, summarize just by pointing out the key points, thank the speakers, thank the guests for coming, and then close. Even if you are the one who did the presentation, after you have done your presentation, you've taken questions, also just summarize. And when we are saying summarize, it's not like you're doing the whole presentation again. Just point out the key factors, thank your speakers if there were any, and thank the guests for taking the time to come to your meeting. One thing that I did not write here that I would like to emphasize: if you say your meeting is starting at 10, please start at 10. Don't invite people for a meeting that starts at 10 and then you start at 12. If you say your meeting is going to be an hour, make sure it's an hour. People are busy, they have things to do. If they make the effort to attend your meeting, be professional enough to do what you say you are going to do, because that also says a lot about you. The fact that you are able to keep your time as you have promised your guests, it builds that confidence to say you are running a professional business. Okay, I see I am out of time, but I'm done. I don't know if there are any comments. We do have